Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh to all the Sangat who have joined us in our second workshop. So thank you so much for coming in on time. So before we begin, let's just tune in. So please close your eyes and we will just do one Mool Mantar together. Ek Oankar Satnam Karta Purakha Nirpau Nirvair Akal Murata Ajuni Sapang Gora Prasad Japa Ad Sacha Jugad Sacha Happy Sacha Nanak Hosi Di Sacha मैं नहीं कछ हो नहीं किछ आहे न मोरा अवसर लज्जा राख ले हो सदना जन तोरा अवसर लज्जा राख ले हो सदना जन तोरा वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. So with Guru Sahib's Kirpa, we have now started our second workshop, and today's workshop will be on Amrit Sanchar ceremony. So basically the initiation ceremony when a Sikh takes Amrit and becomes a Khalsa, joins the Khalsa family. So we will look at a few elements of Amrit Sanchar today, and some of them will be the history of Amrit Sanchar. We will look at preparation for Amrit Sanchar before taking Amrit and the day of Amrit Sanchar. We will look at how an Amrit Sanchar is being done, the significance of each element in Amrit Sanchar, from the Batta to the Khanda to Guru Granth Sahib Ji to the Panj Pyare. We will look at significance of the Panj Kakar. So we'll delve into the Rahat Maryada of a Khalsa, of an Amritari. So we will look at the Panch Kakar, we will look at the Char Karahatan, we will look at other Rahat that the Guru Sahib has blessed the Khalsa, and also frequently asked questions or doubts that we have in our mind when it comes to Amrit. So let's just go directly in. So history, how did Amrit Sanchar start? So Amrit Sanchar started in the year 1699. The first Amrit Sanchar in the year 1699 in Kesgarh Sahib, which is in Anandpur Sahib. So Guru Gobind Singh Ji, there's many variation to the story, but a very general one is Guru Gobind Singh Ji coming out from their home, which is in Anandgarh. Anandgarh is one more fortress in Anandpur Sahib. Kesgarh Sahib is another fortress. There's Lohgarh, there's Holgarh. So there's many fortresses in Anandpur Sahib city. And the home of Guru Gobind Singh Ji is called Anandgarh. So Guru Gobind Singh Ji from Anandgarh, they, take a bath, they get ready, and they tell the Sikh to prepare a tent and to call all the Sangat to Kesgarh Sahib. So as the Sangat gathers in Kesgarh Sahib, now Guru Gobind Singh Ji comes there, and in front of the whole Sangat, Itihas says that there's about 30,000 people. There's almost equivalent to 80,000 people crowd over there. In fact, in the crowd in Kesgarh Sahib, there was also Aurangzeb's spy. Aurangzeb has always been sending spies into Guru Gobind Singh Ji's court, into Guru Gobind Singh Ji's darbar, to find out what Guru Gobind Singh Ji is up to. So in fact, on that day, Aurangzeb also sent a spy to see what was happening in Kesgarh Sahib. Why did Guru Gobind Singh Ji suddenly called everyone together there? And it says in Itihas as well that Guru Gobind Singh Ji did Prakash of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, the Pothi of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and with a Nangi Talwar, a Nangi Sri Sahib, Guru Gobind Singh Ji came out to the Sangat, and Guru Gobind Singh Ji asked, is anyone willing to give their head? So os vele imagine Guru Sahib coming out to you and asking this random question and saying that, are you willing to give your head? So Guru Sahib asked one time, Guru Sahib asked 2 times, and only on the third calling was when Pai Daya Singh Ji, the first Sikh to get up, Pai Daya Singh Ji got up, and Pai Daya Singh Ji says, "Ke Sache Pacha, my head is ready. I'm ready to give my head to you. Forgive me for not answering your call the first time. Pehli baar nahi main uthiya. I had some doubts in me, but that's my mistake. Forgive me that I didn't get up the second time, but please now I've stood up and now I'm willing to give my head to you." So Guru Gobind Singh Ji, now Itihas says as well that Guru Gobind Singh Ji brought Pai Daya Ji into the tent and cut off Pai Daya Singh Ji's head. Now some people will say that Guru Gobind Singh Ji ne bakre chatkaye sige, or he killed goats, or nothing happened in the tent. Whatever happened in the tent, the gist of it is that Guru Gobind Singh Ji was preparing a Khalsa Panth. And if we know that Guru Gobind Singh Ji is a form of Akal Purkh themselves, is a form of Guru Nanak Dev Ji themselves, then we know that Guru Sahib is able, 100% fully capable to perform miracles, and they can do whatever they want. So Guru Gobind Singh Ji now brings out a talwar, the same Sri Sahib, which is now drenched in blood. And think about it. You are looking at the Sri Sahib, which is drenched in blood, and Guru Gobind Singh Ji is asking that I need a second head. And at that time, without any delay, somehow, instead of having fear in their minds, without any delay, Pai Taram Ji got up, and Pai Taram Ji said that, now I'm willing to give my head to you. Now, Itihas says as well that at that point, there were people within that crowd who stood up and they just ran away. They just went home and they just thought that, you know what, this guru is crazy. He's just killing people. So through this method, Pai Taram Ji was brought into the tent. Again, Guru Gobind Singh Ji came out, and the third Sikh, Pai Himmat, then Pai Mukham, and Pai Sahib. Finally, when 5 Gursikhs were brought into the tent, Guru Gobind Singh Ji was inside and he brought them out. What Guru Gobind Singh Ji did was to prepare Amrit. So Guru Gobind Singh Ji took Sarbalo Batta and a Khanda, and Guru Sahib now prepares Amrit. Now Itihas says as well that Guru Gobind Singh Ji took that Amrit when he recited the Panj Baniya. He took Amrit and he sprinkled on all the Panj Pyare, and the Panj Pyare was brought back alive. Gurbani also says, Sadgur Mera Mar Jivale, that Guru Sahib has the power to bring back something dead, bring it back to alive. So the Panj Pyare were brought back to alive. Now, when Sangat saw this miracle, they had that ichha in them, they had that trust in Guru Sahib that this Guru Gobind Singh Ji, is one who would protect me, who would take care of me. So what happened on that day is the Panj Pyare were blessed with Amrit, and all of them were given the name Singh. Pai Daya Singh Ji, Pai Taram Singh Ji, Pai Himmat Singh Ji, Pai Mukham Singh Ji, and Pai Sahib Singh Ji. And then Guru Gobind Singh Ji now Hath Jod Ke, Gurbani says, Ape Gurchela. Hath Jod Ke, now Guru Gobind Singh Ji is asking the Panj Pyare that you now must bless me with Amrit. And now the Panj Pyare are saying that, how can we as Sikh give you Amrit when you are the Guru? He says, no. He says, as how you have been given this new life, you have been blessed with the Rahat, you have been given the name Singh. You too, I too must also be blessed with this Amrit as well. Now the Panj Pyare are asking, Ki Sache Pacha, we gave our head for this Amrit. What are you willing to give? And Guru Gobind Singh Ji says, you gave your head, I'm going to give my whole family. Main sara sarbansa war dunga for this Amrit. And true enough, Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave his father, Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave his mother, his children, his whole family for the Pantha. That was the price Guru Sahib paid for Amrit. So Guru Gobind Singh Ji then, from Gobind Rai, Guru Sahib was blessed with Amrit, and he was then called Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Now, Mata Ajit Kaur Ji, who was the Mahal of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, when Guru Sahib was preparing Amrit, Mataji put in patase in the first Amrit Sanchar. So then, from then on, it has become Maryada that when we are preparing Amrit, we must put patase in the Amrit as well. Now, after that first Amrit Sanchar, Panj Pyare took Amrit. After the first Panj Pyare, then Panj Mukte took Amrit. So the first Pyare was Pai Daya Singh Ji, Pai Taram Singh Ji, Pai Himmat, Pai Mukham, Pai Sahib Singh Ji. After these 5, then was another group of 5 Gursikhs who took Amrit, and they are called Panj Mukte. Ram Singh, Tehar Singh, Ishar Singh, Fateh Singh, Panj Gursikh took Amrit, and they are called Panj Mukte. Now, Bari, every day there was Amrit Sanchar going on, and Gursikhs in the count of 10,000, 20,000 were taking Amrit. It was a massive thing. Aurangzeb found out about this as well through the spy that was sent, and the spy writes a letter to Aurangzeb that this guru is preparing an army, this guru is preparing a pantha. And Aurangzeb just doesn't know anything about it. He just doesn't understand where is this army coming from and why is he creating a pantha, creating an army. So from then was when Khalsa Panth was born, Khalsa Panth was created. So in Rehatnama, now Rehatnama is basically a collection of all code of conducts, Rehat, instructions, laws and regulation that Guru Gobind Singh Ji has blessed the Pantha. So there's many Gursikhs who have spent a lot of time with Guru Gobind Singh Ji, and they were Darbari Kavi as well, who would write the Bachan of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, means whatever Guru Sahib would give command or give hukam or give advice or, help a Sikh, these Gursikhs would always jot them down and write them down. Now, a lot of these Rahatname were also conversations where the Sikh is asking Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Ke Sache Pacha, what should we do as a Khalsa? What is our Rahat? What is our code of conduct? What are the things that we should do, we can do, that we cannot do? And Guru Gobind Singh Ji now tells the Gursikh. So we have many Rahatname, a few, and how do we know the authenticity of this Rahatname is based on when they were written and whose audience it was written and who wrote them. So we know that this Gursikh, Pai Desa Singh Ji, is the youngest son of Pai Mani Singh Ji Shaheed. Shaheed Pai Mani Singh Ji's youngest son is Pai Desa Singh Ji. And Pai Desa Singh Ji wrote this Rahatname in the end of 18th century. So Pai Desa Singh Ji writes, Pratham Rahat yeh jaan khande ki pahal shake, soi Singh Pradhan avar na pahal jo lay. So Pratham Rahat. So what is the first Rahat for a Sikh is to take Khandeti Pahal. Khandeti Pahal means to take Amrit. Khandeti Pahal is also called Amrit. So the first Rahat for every Sikh is you must take Khandeti Pahal and not any other initiation or basically following any other term. You must take Khandeti Pahal. So this is the first Rahat that Guru Gobind Singh Ji has given to us. So many of us, we ask this question, why Amrit? We don't have to take Amrit. We have been born in this, in this world. Just be a good human being. That's it. So nowadays we have people call, people say that these are the Dil Saaf gang. Dil changa huwe basa. But as we have to ask ourselves this question, is it really our Dil is sachi saaf? Like, are we really good natured human beings? We don't want revenge. We don't want to hurt anybody. We have no Kam, Kro, Lomo, Ankar in us. If the answer is yes, then you're not Dil Saab, you're actually a Santa Brahm Gyani. But then the question is, even Brahm Gyani Santa also took Amrit. So, and even Guru Gobind Singh Ji took Amrit, then what's the reason for us, normal human beings, normal Sikh, to not take Amrit? So, some of the greatness of Amrit. Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Bachan, this is Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Mukh Bachan. Guru Sahib says to the Sikh was asking, Ki Sache Pacha, why should we take Amrit? Literally the same question. And Guru Sahib says, if a Sikh who has taken Amrit by mistake goes to hell, Narak vich chal jave, by mistake, then I myself will grab that Sikh by his case and pull him out of hell. Which means the sign to recognize a Khalsa, a Sikh who has taken Amrit, and Amritari is through their uncut hair. By Dana Singh Ji then, a Sikh of Guru, he questioned. He said, Guru Sahib, how can you say that, you pull a Sikh by his hair when Gurbani says, hard jale jaise lakri ka tula, tez jale jaise kaas ka pula? Means the bones burn, the hair will also burn like grass. So means nothing will remain once we are cremated, once we are, our body is burned. And Guru Sahib says, fine, let me show you so that you believe it. Sometimes our mind only works on theory and science and logic. And sometimes only through experience we understand that there are many things in this world, in Sikhi, cannot be explained through logic. So Guru Sahib showed a glimpse of hell to Pai Dana Singh Ji. Now, how hell looks like? It's very similar to how you would see Pai Rama Singh Ji. Pai Rama Singh Ji has also shown a glimpse of hell, how hell looks like. Pai Rantir Singh Ji also has written books and showed what the afterlife looks like. Pai Veer Singh Ji is also mentioned about afterlife as well. In fact, it's very similar to how the Buddhist people, the Chinese people, they show the 10 types of hell and how people are suffering in hell based on their karma is very similar, even in the Muslim concept as well. So Guru Sahib showed a glimpse of hell. And Guru Sahib, so in that, when Pai Dana Singh Ji is looking at hell and he says, he saw that those who never kept case, jere case ni rakhde, or who cut their case and all, they were beaten by jamdoots on their head. So lota leke jamdoots were taking sota and they were hitting the heads of those people who never kept their case. And so Guru Sahib says, jere those who had case, those who had kept case in this life, in this world, who were Amritari, even if they go to hell by mistake, Guru Sahib will pull them out. Because why? This is Guru Gobind Singh Ji's bachan. Guru Sahib says that those who take Amrit, even due to bad karam, we cannot get mukti. Because you see, once we take Amrit, it doesn't mean that we are 100% perfect. But it means that we are now registered in the school of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, where we are learning to perfect our life by, how do you know we have attained perfection? Which means when we get mukti, when we become one with God, that is perfection already. So Guru Gobind Singh Ji says that even when we take Amrit, it doesn't mean that we have no bad karam, we will not have any dukkha and so on. We will have to go through all that. So Guru Sahib says, if due to bad karam, an Amritari cannot get mukti in this life, for example, it is my promise that the one who takes Amrit will never go to hell for 10,000 years. 10,000 years, that sekhar will never go to hell. So until that sekhar doesn't get mukti, if the sekhar dies and who has taken Amrit dies, the next janam will not be born in any paddy june of like supper or snake or cockroach or mouse. No, that sekhar will be born again in a human form, but this time be born in a sekhar family, in a Gursikh family, so that each life that sekhar takes will help him to attain mukti. So that is the blessing of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. An Amritari sekhar will never enter hell for 10,000 years. So basically, you have 10,000 years to take birth again and again and again to perfect your life to attain mukti. So Guru Sahib says, the one who takes Amrit attains all powers and all energy from Akal Purukh themselves. All the powers that all these Devi Devti they have, and Amritari Gursikh will also have. Why? You look at the itihas of Pai Taru Singh Ji, who lived for 22 days without their scalp. Scientifically, is not logical. It cannot happen. You look at Baba Deep Singh Ji, who fought a battle for a few hours without their head. The head was on their palm. How is that logical? So what was that thing that gave them the power to fight? How is it that 9 months Gursikhs who were hungry in Anantapur Sahib could fight a battle with 1 million forge? What gave them that power? And the answer is Amrit. So there is a lot of greatness in taking Amrit. The question is, are we willing to take the leap of faith? So how do we prepare ourselves now for Amrit Sanchar? So of course, Amrit Sanchar, you want to take Amrit, it's not something that you can be forced into. No one can force you into it. In fact, if you're being forced, you shouldn't be taking Amrit for it. The desire to take Amrit should come from within. Andro ichha paida honi chahiye. So before Amrit, if you really want to take Amrit, start doing ardas to create the intention, to create the ichha, so that Guru Sahib gives you that kirpa. Because without Guru's nadar, without Guru's kirpa, Guru's blessing, Guru's grace, we cannot even take Amrit. It is because of Guru's kirpa. So now you have that desire within you to take Amrit. Now, how do you prepare yourself? So start reading Gurbani every day. Maybe you might not know, you might not have read Panj before. You can start reading Japji Sahib. Sometimes, like especially those starting this journey, for them, Jap Sahib is very difficult because it's a very long Bani and new words and never read before. So the best thing to do is to start early. Practice reading your Nitnem Bani. Start doing Rehra Sahib. Start doing Kirtan Sohila. Then what else can you do? maybe you can also start keeping your kakar. So you already wear your kada. Maybe you want to start keeping your case where you don't cut your case, right? So it becomes you. So you're getting used to, you're preparing your body physically and you're preparing your mind also mentally, because sometimes you need this preparation before, and just like preparing for an exam, right? Or preparing to go to a new school, to go to a new college, right? So start bringing change into your diet. Maybe some of you before Amrit, you have already had, you know, you don't like to eat meat. You don't have that desire to consume meat. That's good. You know, some maybe they find it difficult. So bring gradual changes into your life where you maybe once a day, maybe you want to reduce a certain amount of meat you're eating over the course of 1 month or over the course of 1 year. So start preparing yourself and put a date. So wherever you are locally, you might know that, oh, every year during Vaisakhi, there's an Amrit Sanchar. So for example, this year in April, so 1 month to go, maybe you want to set your intention now, or maybe you're not prepared for within this 1 month, you might want to prepare for next year Amrit Sanchar, or maybe December de vich Amrit Sanchar hoga, you know, so you're going to prepare yourself for that. Prepare your Panj kakar beforehand. Go buy your karpana, go buy your kashere, you know, your case key or your patka or your dastar. Get your kakar ready beforehand. And your kakar must be of sarbalo. Sarbalo means pure iron. So now the day of Amrit Sanchar, how do you prepare yourself? Okay. On the day of Amrit Sanchar, you must have your ishnan from head to toe. So kesi ishnan vi karna pena thonu. Okay, so wash your hair, shower, wear clean and simple kapde, not the bling bling type, pant jeans ni, you know, that. For bibiyan, wear simple suit, kurti or bana. For Singhs, wear kurta or bana, right? And wear your karpan on the outside. So under ni pona, you have to wear your karpan on the outside so the Panj Pyare can see your kakars. Your gatra, be plain and simple, but make sure your karpan and your kara is of sarbalo. Okay, sarbalo means pure iron. Maybe the one, if you look at your kara, if it's shining and if it's like it's stainless steel, then that is not sarbalo. So sarbalo is pure iron. So if you are tying a dastar, either for the Singh or for the bibiya, you're tying a dastar, you must make sure that how you tie your dastar, it's so that your jura, your bunga here at the top here in the middle, the Panj Pyare can access your case. Because many times this has happened in Amrit Sanchar that, like for example, now I came with full dastar tie. But the Amrit that the Panj Pyare are going to put, it has to be in your case, not on your dumala kapda or your case key or your patika. No, it has to be in your case. So you must make sure that if you're tying your jura, your case must be visible. Your ladder can be taken out so that the Panj Pyare can put Amrit inside. Okay, so let's say you don't know how to tie that kind of dumala where your ladder needs to be open. Find out from another Gursik, or you know, find out from your local sevadar, how do you do that? Hana? And those who, for bibiya, if you're just tying a jura and with a patika, that's fine, because then they can just access that very easily. So for Singhs, only bana or kurta, no pant, no pajama, because you only have to wear a kashera and kurta or kashera with bana. So no watches, kadiyan, ni poniya, and if you're wearing glasses, it's fine, but make sure to see contact lenses ni ponde. Don't wear contact lenses on Amrit Sanchar, because why? They will sprinkle Amrit in your eyes. And if you're wearing contact lenses, then the Amrit is, number one, entering your contact lenses. Number two, then it's sugar water, so it might crystallize in your lens, right? So make sure you don't wear contact lenses on the Amrit Sanchar day. Okay. Please make sure you're muted, Sangaji. Thank you. So that is for the Singhs. For the bibiya, a few more preparations. So apart from making sure you have your Panj kakar, you have your kashera, you're wearing your suit or your bana or kurti pajama, and your head covered, make sure to see makeup milaya. You don't have makeup on, you don't have any kante or rings or jewelry, sona, necklaces, none of the jewelries on, nail polish also none. You're wearing ring or watch or anklet, Sara, everything has to be taken out. Okay. Again, same concept for the contact lenses. Try to avoid wearing it. If let's say you have to wear it, no choice, then remove it before the Amrit Sanchar, before you take Amrit, and then you can, put it back on later. All right. Handphone. You don't need handphone during Amrit Sanchar. So if you're coming alone, then you might want to put your bag in the Darbar Sahib so that you make sure you have a bag with you so you can put your phone in. If you have someone going with you for the Amrit Sanchar and will wait for you, then pass your belongings to the person outside. Okay. Now, Amrit Sanchar is a process that will take few hours depending on the number of ablaki. Ablakis means those who are going to take Amrit. So some minimum 2 hours, 3 hours. There were Amrit Sanchar that has taken 6 hours, 8 hours. So highly suggested, make sure you eat before you go for Amrit Sanchar. Eat properly, okay? But not so much until you get stomach pain, just enough. Healthy, maybe ek prashada, pani, just a bit so you don't have to go to the toilet, okay? Now, let's say on the day of Amrit Sanchar in the morning, you took a shower from head to toe, you're clean. And now before Amrit Sanchar, you need to go to the toilet. What do? So the maryada is that if you're just going to go to urinate, pee, you just do Panj Ishnan, means you wash your face, your hand, and your legs. But if you have to do a big job, means you need to go to poop, to defecate, then you have to take Ishnan again from head to toe. Fir Ishnan karna pehna hai. So that is the hukam before taking Amrit. Okay, so need to keep track of that. Let's say you're not sure. Best is to bring another set of kapde or another set of kashera with you just to be on the safe side. Okay, so now that is preparation for before Amrit and on the day of Amrit. So now you are getting ready to enter the Darbar Sahib to take Amrit. So what is going to happen? During Amrit Sanchar, you need to be very truthful to the Panj Pyare, because Guru Sahib's Bachan, Pai Gurdas Ji says, Ek Sikh, Doi Sadh Sangati, Panji Parmeshwar. So when Panj Sikh come together, they are the form of Parmeshwar, they are the form of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Now, during an Amrit Sanchar, there is no such thing that, oh, my friend is one of the Panj Pyara. Oh, my husband is one of the Panj Pyara. Oh, my brother is one of the Panj Pyara. Oh, this friend or this Gursik I know is one of the Panj Pyara. And, you talk to them casually. No. During an Amrit Sanchar, whatever relationship you might have with the Panj Pyara, you might have with the Sikh before that, it's all outside of the Darbar. The moment you enter in the Darbar and you see the Panj Pyara, it's not Pai Palvinder Singh, it's not Pai Ranjot Singh, it's not Pai this Falana Singh, no. It's Pai Daya Singh Ji, Pai Taram Singh Ji, Pai Himmat Singh Ji, Pai Mokham Singh Ji, Pai Sahib Singh Ji. How you're going to speak to them, man vich a khyaal liyauna pada. You have to have this kind of mindset in your mind, and this drishti means your eyesight must be such that I am literally speaking to the Panj Pyare of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. And every time, hands down, now I'm having goosebumps. But every time there's an Amrit Sanchar, maybe I'm doing seva in, or a few times I had to do pesh because of surgery and health issue. Every time I look at the Panj Pyare, and my husband has done seva. And for me, they are Panj Pyare, and I get goosebumps that I can't even look at them in the eye. I can't see because why? The partap, the energy is so strong during that time that you're like, there's something else happening here. So during an Amrit Sanchar, be truthful to the Panj Pyare, because the Panj Pyare are under an oath. They have made this promise before the Amrit Sanchar start, that whatever is discussed in this room, whatever happens in Amrit Sanchar in this Darbar, it remains here. So which means there can be the most secretive thing, or the most shameful thing, or something you can't share with anyone, but you just need to let it out and ask for help. You can speak to the Panj Pyare, and they will not tell even a soul. My husband does seva in Amrit Sanchar. He doesn't even tell me anything. be, oh, you know, this person came for Pesha, or this person took Amrit, you know this. No, there's no such thing, because once the Panj Pyare outside of the Darbar is Palvinder Singh, my husband, but the moment he's inside, they lose their identity. There is no Palvinder Singh, there's just the Panj Pyare. So if you are retaking Amrit, means you have to go in for Pesh, you have done a mistake. Be truthful, own up to it and say, Pai Sabji, Maharaj, Babaji, whatever you want to call them, मेरे तो एक गलती हो गया. I've done this mistake. I've eaten meat accidentally, or you know, I've accidentally bleached my hair, or cut my hair, or shaved my hair, or I've committed adultery. You know, own up to it, and they are not going to judge you and say, you know, what have you done, or they're going to beat you and make a tamasha out of it. No, what the Panj Pyare will do is they will speak to you, ask you what happened that led to you making this mistake. And you can talk to them, tell your problems, and you can even request for the Panj Pyare to do ardas for you. Okay, you know, please help me, I'm facing this difficulty. So in the Amrit Sanchar, what is the greatest blessing if the Panj Pyare themselves are doing a personal ardas for you? So then the Panj Pyare will also tell you, okay, so you need to do Pesh, means you have already done a mistake, so you need to do a few. It's not called punishment. There's no such thing as punishment. It's just basically for you to learn from your mistake, and then after that, not do it again, right? So what will they tell you to do? Read more Bani, maybe go and do Seva for a certain amount of days. Then you have to do Degadi Ardas, very simple things like that. So you have done I will go through the process one by one, but these are like basically the things that you need to know, okay? Now, during an Amrit Sanchar, when the Amrit Sanchar is happening, you must make sure that you don't look left and right. Hey, you also taking Amrita? You also taking Amrit? Oh, wow, you know? No, you don't communicate with anybody. You don't giggle, you don't laugh, you don't talk. Your focus, you must imagine that there's only Guru Granth Sahib Ji, the Panj Pyare, and you only. So your focus must be 100% on the Amrit Bhatta, and your ears must be focused on listening just to the Bani. So when the Amrit will be given to you, don't look left or right. Don't worry about, oh, I need to be perfect, or, you know, how am I sitting, or how am I talking? No, don't worry about anything. Just focus on Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Okay? And listen to the Rehat very carefully, what the Panj Pyare are saying. You can ask question. If you don't understand, put up your hand and they are willing to answer your question. Okay? Second thing, the very important thing is, if, let's say, because we did the first workshop on Janam Sanskaar, if let's say you were not named based on Janam Sanskaar, you didn't do a Janam Sanskaar, there was no hukam nama taken, and your parents just randomly put a name for you, you can tell the Panj Pyare. In fact, they will ask that anybody's name is not based on Gurmat, and you can say, yes, Hanji, my name, I'm not sure whether my parents did Janam Sanskaar or not, but I think my name has no Gurmat meaning to it, or I want a Gurmat name. Then the Panj Pyare will give you a new name based on the hukam nam. Okay, so how is Amrit Sanchar done? Number one, setting up the place. So the Panj Pyare, way before the Amrit Sanchar, they come in the day and they set up the darbar. The darbar is clean, white chadar is being placed. They'll place the stone to place the batta on top. They'll place the stone. They wash the batte, the cerbalo batte, they place the batte, the khanda, Marach Prakash is done. And then they themselves, once the place is set up, they themselves will take shower from head to toe, and they will then dress up, wear the clothing of the Panj Pyare, the Amrit Sanchar Bana. So when this place is set up already, what Panj Pyare will do, so this is something very interesting. You know, sometimes you wonder that you are ready, the Panj Pyare, they will say, be in the Gurdwara by 10 o'clock. And you're waiting outside the Darbar, Dasavajige, it's already 10:30, and they're not calling you in. Why? Because that time, the Panj Pyare themselves are doing ardas to Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So what happens that time is, there's Panj Pyare, and there's one Granthi Singh and one Peredar. So you must have there will be minimum 7 Gursikhs. The 5 who take part in the Amrit Sanchar, the Panj Pyare, there's one who will become the Granthi Singh, who will do Chaur Seva and take Hukamnama. And this one Peredar means on guard duty at the door of the Darbar. So what happens is, once they are all ready, first the Granthi Singh will do Shudai. Shudai means interview, means basically they need to make an oath. So the Panj Pyare will ask the Granthi Singh, are you Rehat Vet Gursikh? Means, have you been following your Rehat? Have you done any mistake? Are you ready to take part in the seva? And the Granthi Singh says, Hanji, I've not done any mistake. My Rehat is good. I've been practicing my Rehat properly, and I'm ready to do this seva. Then they matha take to Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and the Granthi Singh takes his position at the takhat and sits behind Guru Granth Sahib Ji. What then the Granthi Singh does is now the Granthi Singh will go one by one and question the Panj Pyare. So even the Panj Pyare themselves will be asked that, are you capable to actually administer Amrit or not? So the Panj Pyare will have to go through interview. The Granthi Singh will ask, have you done any mistake? Your Rehat Vet is pakki? Have you been doing your Nityanem? Have you done any mistake? Any Kurehat? No, good, all right. So the Panj Pyare will go through interview. When everyone is good, set, no mistake, then they will do an ardas, a Gupta ardas, ke Sache Pacha. Please now, you have to come and you have to come in us, take your form to allow this Amrit Sanchar to take place. Give us the Shakti, the power, the strength to administer Amrit, because we are just Nimane Gursikhs. We are just normal Sikh. We have no power or capability to do Amrit, to give Amrit. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, you need to come and be a part of this. Now, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, we have to believe, even Guru Sahib says, every Amrit Sanchar, wherever there can be 100 Amrit Sanchars going on in the world at one time, I will be there in every Amrit Sanchar. Now, there have been certain Amrit Sanchar where the ardas of this Shidai for the Panj Pyare have taken 1 hour, and we are like wondering what happened, what happened. That's because even Guru Granth Sahib Ji gave Hukamnama, and the Hukamnama was not of Agya. It was not permitting them to do Amrit Sanchar. Then the Panj Pyare had to sit down and do a Chaupi Sahib job, ask for maafi, and then do an ardas again. And then when the Hukamnama came, okay, you know, I've given you permission, only then they agreed to open the doors and allow the Ablakis to come in for Amrit Sanchar. So now when the permission is granted, then only the interview will start. So the Paradar will ask, okay, everybody get ready. By one, they will call those people who are taking Amrit second time. So they will interview what happened, you know. So it's very Gupta, it's one-to-one. It's not like everybody will be called and announced together and so on. So you go and meet the Panj Pyare one by one, and you tell your mistake, or you know what has happened and so on. And the Panj Pyare will tell you certain bani or seva to do. And like that, once the retaking Amrit are done, then the new ones, the new Ablakis are called into the Darbar. And then only then, once everybody is ready, then the Panj Pyare will do an ardas with the Ablakis, ke Sache Pacha, now everybody is ready, the Ablakis are ready, the Bata, Khanda, Pani, Patase, the Panj Pyare, everyone is ready. Please now allow us to start the ceremony. Then a Hukamnama Sahib is taken. After that, the Panj Pyare will position themselves around the Bata, the Khanda Bata, in Bir Asan position, again the warrior position, and all their hands will be holding the Bata. So I will show an example. All the hands will be holding the Bata, and the first Sekha now will take the Khanda, and with one hand holding the Bata at the Sri Sahib and with the Khanda, and he will start reciting Japji Sahib the part. And all those Sikh Panj Pyare, their eyes is looking at the Bata. That signifies the eyes of all 10 Guru Sahiban, the hands of all 10 Guru Sahiban, holding the Amrit Bata and putting their powers in it. So once the Panj Baniya are done, so the Khanda then is passed on to the second Pyara, and he reads Jap Sahib, and then passed on to the third one, he reads Savaiye, Chaupi Sahib, Ananda Sahib. Once Ananda Sahib, Chali Porya is done, then the Panj Pyare immediately get up, and the Ablakis, and while holding the Bata, they will stir and they'll do an ardas. Ke Sache Pacha, the Amrit is already prepared, and now please bless us to administer Amrit to the Ablakis so they can now be added into the Pantha. So another Hukamnama is taken. Once the Hukamnama is taken, then after that, they will administer Amrit to the Ablakis. After that, then the Rehat Maryada, after everyone has taken Amrit, then the Rehat Maryada is given by the Panj Pyare to the Sangat. So who is your father, who is your mother, and so on. How is Amrit administered? So 5 chitte in your eyes, and each time you must say Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So at that time you look at Guru Granth Sahib Ji. 5 you have to drink, 5 book partake you have to drink, and 5 chitte in your case. Okay. So once the Rat Maryada is given and everyone is okay done, then a final Ardas and Hukamnama is done for the completion of the ceremony. And through this Hukamnama, then the naming ceremony will be done. Those who have never taken name based on Gurmat before. And then Deg Shakke, and that's the end of the ceremony. So it's quite, it follows that sequence. So significance of the Amrit elements. So there's 5 main elements. Gurbani means Guru Granth Sahib Ji and the Panj Baniya, the Panj Pyare, the Sarbalo Batta and Khanda, Patase, the sugar puffs, and Pani, water. So let's look at each element. Gurbani. Why this Panj Baniya? Why specifically these 5 Banis? Japji Sahib Di Bani is the first Bani in Guru Granth Sahib Ji. And Japji Sahib Bani is the Bani that gives us Brahm Gyan. Brahm Gyan means the knowledge of our Atma, the knowledge of Paramatma. So when we learn the knowledge of our true self, that gives us Brahm Gyan, which enables us to become one with Vaheguru. Jap Sahib is the first Bani in Dasam Guru Granth Sahib Ji. And Jap Sahib Bani is basically all praises Ustat of Akal Purakh Vaheguru. Toy Prasad Savaye is 10 paudis Bani from Akal Ustad Bani. So it's a part of another Bani, but it's just 10 paudiyan. And this 10 paudiyan, what it does is, this paudiyan, if you read, it's for you to break your attachment and also to destroy any falsehood, any pakhanda, it's to break all of that. Chaupi Sahib Di Bani, again, it's another Bani from, it's a section, Chaupi Sahib Bani is a section from a bigger Bani, which is Charitro Pakhyan, and Chaupi Sahib Di Bani is for protection, and Ananda Sahib Bani, which is from Guru Granth Sahib Ji, it is for mukti, for liberation. Ananda means peace, Sahaj Avastha. So once we are in the state of Ananda, it means we have already attained mukti, liberation. So the Panj Pyare, each Pyara will read 1 Bani. Right? And it's in that sequence. Japji Sahib, Jap Sahib, Toy Prasad Savaye, Chaupi Sahib, and Ananda Sahib. Now, the Panj Pyare, the significance is in their name. And so, Daya, the first Pyara, Daya means compassion. Second, Taram. Taram means righteousness. Even Japji Sahib says, Tol Taram, Daya Ka Poot. That Taram, righteousness, can only be born from Daya. So there must be Daya, compassion in all of us. Only then we will be doing the righteous things. And to do the righteous things, we must have courage, himmat within us, right? Because it's not easy to fight for our right, to fight for what's true. Mokha means determination. You see, even as a Sikh, when we do something in life, we must be determined. Because why? The world will pull us down, will keep questioning, why do you do that? You don't need to do this. There's no significance to it. So determination. And finally, we will get through all of this, we will finally get our Sahib, master, becoming one with our master. Okay? So Panj Pyare, again, like what I mentioned, Guru Sahib says, this is Guru Gobind Singh Ji's bachan. When 5 Gursikhs get together, it doesn't mean that it's only during Amrit Sanchar, but when 5 Gursikhs get together, even kare tusi 5 Singha di ardas karde hain, or 5 Singha di langar karde hain. You call 5 Gursikhs to feed them langar in your house. Why? Because Bhai Gurdas says, Ek Sikh, Doi Sad Sangati, Panji Parmeshwar. When 5 Gursikhs come together, think that now Parmeshwar has come to you, and now that they are in the form of Parmeshwar. So whatever you ask or whatever they say, you have to accept it as hukam. So then the next element, Sarbalo Batta and Khanda. Okay. So Sarbalo Batta. Now in this picture, it's a Karpan. I should have put a Khanda, but this is a Karpan, but this is a Sarbalo Batta here. Okay. Underneath that image below. So why Sarbalo? Now, Guru Gobind Singh Ji was one of the richest Padshah of Padshah, even richer than Aurangzeb, right? But why Sarbalo? He could have used gold and silver. But this was a chosen material by Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Why? Loha, Sarbalo, is one of the most humblest material in this earth. It's just iron, that's it. And you can find it everywhere. And iron, Sarbalo, it's healthy because why? It's a direct source of iron. So you see, for us Amritari Gursikhs, a lot of people will say, oh, you have to eat meat because if you don't eat meat, you wouldn't get iron. But Guru Gobind Singh Ji has already solved that problem. First thing, iron is not solely from meat. In fact, the animals who consume vegetation, they get their iron from those vegetation, not from their body, right? So Guru Sahib says, by consuming in Sarbalo, by wearing Sarbalo, you are having direct access to iron the whole time. When your kada regards to your skin, rubs your skin, you get iron directly entering through your skin. When you eat from batta, you are eating iron as well, source of iron. You might not be your food might not be a direct source of iron, but the panda that you eat in becomes your direct source of iron. Third thing, the seva of cleaning, to create a discipline where you have to be in charge of your own rahat, means you have to be in charge of taking care of your own self. The panda that you eat in, you need to wash it yourself, you need to make sure it's clean. Nowadays, our children, we are so lazy. We don't even clean our own pande. We eat in restaurants. People are doing our work for us. So there's no discipline. Number 4, Loha, Sarbalo is one material that doesn't get spoiled easily. You can manja the batta and use it for how many years, but it will still remain the same. It's not one to get spoiled easily. It's very solid material. And Loha is a very grounded material, which teaches us about humility. And one more thing, Loha, Sarbalo is actually one of the cheapest material that we can find. Nowadays, it's not common anymore. Nowadays, everyone consumes in steel and we think that that is cheap. But actually, even now, if you go to India and you buy Sarbalo, it's still cheaper. Now, why Khanda? When the Panj Pyare, they hold the Khanda, and when the Khanda is pushed outwards, that means that we are pushing all our negativity, all our bad karam, all our bad nature and habits away. And when the Khanda is being pulled towards the Panj Pyara, it means that now I'm bringing towards me, I'm inviting the love for Paramatma into myself. Now, this is Ratnama by Pai Daya Singh Ji. Pai Daya Singh Ji, which is the first Pyara. Pai Daya Singh Ji says, Guru Gobind Singh Ji says, and Pai Daya Singh Ji is right, Patra Sarba so loke pukte asan swada. That a Gursikh should eat with pleasure from a dishes of all iron. Sarba so loho, sarbalo. So that's the Rehatnama. So now water and patase. Water is humble, humility. Utto, it always goes down. It's neutral, it's not good or bad. It depends on how you see the water. Pure and is calm and content. Patase is sweet nature, instills love, and Patase is basically balancing the Santa Sipahi element. Because Amrit is served with the Bani, it's a Sipahi element, but Patase tells us that we must have that sweet Santa element as well. So now we go straight to the Rahat of a Khalsa, that it's a very generic Rahat, which in every Amrit Sanchar, they would mention this, but in certain Amrit Sanchar, they will add more. So some Amrit Sanchar, they will add a bit more Rahat, right? A bit more discipline, but this is a generic one. Number 1, Panj Kakar. So where does it state Panj Kakar? So in Pat Vahiya, Kanga Kard Kesgi, Kada Kashera, Sabko Diya. This Pat Vahiya is basically accounts of what happened on that day. Okay. Kanga Kard Kesgi. So you see, again, some Gursikhs believe that it's Keski as the star, and some believe it's case. Now, it doesn't matter, because why? It must be, you must have your case and cut hair, but as for every Amritari Gursikh, you must have your head covered. So anyhow, you will be wearing a keski, a patika or a small keski or a dastar or a dumala. You have to have your head covered. We can't be walking around as an Amritari with our head uncovered, because why? Kesan di biyadbi hundiya. So basically, Panj Kakar, sabko diya, sab kesa tari hue, sabka janam Patna, means Guru Gobind Singh Ji says, from now on, your birth is Patna, Basi Anandapur Batai. And you are now the Vasi, you are now the residents of Anandapur. So, Age Guru ki gat Guru jane, Guru Guru Japana, Guru har thai sahai hoga. Guru Gobind Singh Ji's bachan was Guru Guru Japana. So Guru Sahib blessed Vaheguru Mantar. So even 19वीं सदी in the 19th century, Farsi Kavi writes, Nishan Sikhi Panj Harf Kaf, means the sign of Sikhi is in this 5 kakka harf, huruf kakka. Hargis na bazat azi panj muaf, that you cannot let any of these 5 out of your body. Kada kardo kach kanga bidan. Kada kardo means your karpan, kach means kashera, kanga means the wooden comb. Bina bila case hech asta jumla nishan. Without your case, all this is useless. Means, some non-amritaris, they ask this question, can I just wear karpan, but I've not taken amrit? I wear kada, I wear kashera, but I've not taken amrit. I don't, it's not counted. You can have all the other kakals, but as long as you don't have your case on you, you're just trying to wear karpan, it's not counted. Okay? So, first one, case. Case means acceptance of Akal Purakh Hukam, because why? You allow nature to take its course of action. You're not changing anything that Akal Purakh has created. Case stores your meditative energy. When you tie your head up in a jura, you can be out and about doing 101 things in the day, but you will not feel tired. Compared to someone who has their case khilade hoye and here and there and all ruffled up, that person will not have that tyar bar tyar chardi kala spirit. You have to try this and see. Scientific reason. Research papers have shown people who have their case, when they meditate, they keep all this positive energy, their meditative energy in their case, and that allows them to be so energetic. Scientific reason, insulation prevents friction. When you have hair on your skin, armpit hair, all this is not God's mistake. You know that God has done something wrong by giving body hair and armpit hair and pubic hair and thick eyebrows. No, there's a reason for it. If you don't have your armpit hair, your skin is creating friction. You're going to get pimples and you're going to get whatnot growing in your armpit. And what does that do? All those germs and smell, your hair is taking care of all of that. All you need to do is clean it. That's it. Your eyelashes to protect your eyes, your pubic hair, so no dirt or bacteria or virus enters your private area. Your hair on your skin gives you insulation. So always keep your case covered. Case ki, patka, at least minimum should have, a case ki, something that stays put on your case, not something that just comes off and like a dupatta is, always like, it doesn't stay on your head, right? No waxing, no shaving, no bleaching, no lasering, nothing, plucking whatsoever. There's so many technology nowadays to modify your hair, nothing as such, okay? Gurmukha, Gurbani says, Gurmukha, Rom harte ave. Gurbani says, every hair, imagine the more hair you have, means the more job you're doing, right? So, Rom mehbas hai murar. Every hair that you're trying to shave, pluck, cut, wax, whatever not, you are removing Paramatma from your body, because Gurbani says, every hair, there is Paramatma. So, Pai Sukha Singh Ji, who is the historian of Gurbilas Padshahi Dasmi, says, Iha more agya suno le pyare, bina tega kesang devo na didare. This Guru Gobind Singh Ji's bachan, Tere Gursix, that I will not give you my darshan without case and without tega, means without karpan. You want to have my darshan, you come tyar batyar. Kanga is a symbol of hygiene and discipline. And scientific reason, we don't use plastic comb, we don't use whatever other material, we only use kanga because why? It removes static energy, whatever negative energy or elements from your case, it removes all of that. Symbol of removing negative energy. So you might be tired from the whole day, but case thalle karke, and you fair kanga, you take your sweet time, you just combing your case. It's actually a relaxation for your head, for your scalp, for your skin, for your mind. You go for a massage. What do? They're just touching your skin, softly touching your head and so on. What is that? That is relaxing your mind. But Guru Sahib has already given you that tool of kanga. When you comb your hair, you're automatically relaxing and removing negativity and all that tiredness and stress away. So only wooden kanga, no steel kanga, plastic kanga, and make sure the danda. So you see, the teeth of the kanga must be clean. So nowadays you get very low grade, low quality kanga, and the danda is it's broken, or there's a lot of blisters in between the danda. What this thing does is that it will cut your hair. So you want to buy a good quality kanga, which is of this size, at least minimum of this size, which you can use, practically you can use it. And the danta must be nicely spaced out, and there must be nothing in between in terms of blisters or small wood pieces coming out. Okay. So what is Tankhanama means another Rahatnama by Pai Nandalal ji. Kanga dono vakt kar, pag chune kar bandai, datan kare nitnit, nit na dukh pave lalji. So this is Hukam of Guru Gobind Singh ji. Kanga dono vakt kar. You have to comb your hair twice. Now this is also a Sakhi. There was a Guru Gobind Singh ji, one of the Gursikhs. I can't remember the Sakhi exactly, but it's in Gurbani Pad Darpan, where the Sikh was not focused. They went for hunting, and the Sikh was just not focused. He was like, his mind was everywhere, and he couldn't hunt properly. He couldn't do his job properly. And Guru Sahib asked him, "Tu kanga ferya?" Kenda sache pacha nahi, main kanga nahi ferya. So Guru Sahib says, "Kanga fer kiya." Kanga fer kiya means comb your hair, tie your dastar, paag chune kar bandi. Chon chon ke means not a topi. Not like you take off your dastar and you put it back again after that. No. Chon chonke means every ladder you must tie your dastar. What happens? You're creating a discipline and you are very neat and tidy and you're ready for the day. Okay. So that Gursikh then, he went back, he combed his hair, pagga dastar fair bani. Then he was tiyar bar tiyar. He was ready and he had that energy to do what he was supposed to do. Okay, Datan kare nitneet means Guru Sahib says every day you have to brush your teeth. Na dukha pave lalji. Then the person who does this will never be dukhi in terms of there will be no illnesses, no stress, and so on, tiredness, lethargy, and so on. Okay. Now, as a Gursikh, we are not supposed to wear topi, hat, or whatever on our head. The Guru Sahib's hukam again is Sikh hoye sir topi tare saat janam kusti hoy mare. If you're a Sikh, not even just an Amritari, but you're a Sikh and you wear topi, like a cap kind of thing, Saat Janam, 7 Janam, you will be born as a maggot and you will live and die as a maggot. Now, if your kanga is broken, chipped, the danda, the teeth of the kanga is chipped, is broken, make sure you get a new kanga. So Gursikhs will always carry spare kanga. So this is something that we always have with us, is we would always have, when we are traveling, we will always carry extra kashera, extra kanga. So like for myself, I just wear 2 kades, but kades, you are not gonna, nothing much is gonna happen where it breaks or so on. But having an extra kakar with you all the time is also a sign of tiyar bar tiyar. Somebody else might need it, All right, kada. Kada, sarbalo kada, this shows that when you're wearing it, this reminds you that these hands belongs to Guru Gobind Singh Ji. So when you're going to do something, you look at the kada and you're reminded that I'm a Sikh of the Guru, I must not do anything bad. Kada is circular and flat, which means that there's no end and beginning to God. It must be sarbalo kada. It can even be a weapon. If you know how to use it very well, you can even knock someone out who's trying to attack you. You can attack the nose. Of course, your kada must be a heavy, solid one. Inna ka patla kada tusi paunge, which if a Gursikh is holding it, it can just bend with their hand. There's no point wearing such kada. You must wear a solid kada. No gold, no silver kada, simple sarbalo. Avoid having Gurbani written on it. Because why? Then when you're going to the washroom, toilet, or you're doing some job which requires your hand to be dirty, then you're carrying the rubbish and so on, you're doing biadbi to that Gurbani as well. Okay? So if you want to have Gurbani on kada, you can wear the dumale da kada on your dastar. That's fine. Okay. So make sure your kada is clean. So if it's sarbalo, again, you can just scrub it with sand, soft sand, the beach sand, or you can use soap and also the scrubber, not the iron scrubber, but the soft sponge scrubber. Okay. Ratnama Pai Daya Singh Ji again, mala kankan sarbalo, chakar karda chalada. So wear a mala, you can wear a mala, kada. Sarbalo, you see, of sarbalo. Kankan here means kada of sarbalo. Chakar, karpan, of iron. So a Gursikh must wear all this. Karpan, kirpaan. Kirpa means blessing, mercy towards somebody else. Wearing a karpan is showing us that our job as a Gursikh is to take care of the Pantha, to protect humanity, as self-defense for ourselves and for others as well. Okay. So karpan must also be of sarbalo, and it must be something practical. We have seen so many Gursikhs wearing a karpan, but they can't even take it out because it's rusted. So how are you going to go for a battle or protect yourself when you can't even take out your kirpan? Somebody's trying to attack you and you go like, can you please hold on, wait, I'm trying to take out my kirpan. It's not going to work. So you must make sure, that your kirpan is sharp. Of course, depending on how long you can wear, 6 inches, 7 inches. Try not to wear a really small one. Again, practical kakar. This kakar are not symbol. They are practical gift Guru Gobind Singh Ji has given us. Please don't remove your kirpan. Your kakar must be 24 hours on you. So nowadays people will say kirpan to see lake srane thalle rakh lo at night when you're sleeping. No such thing. Okay, your kirpan is not going to do anything to you. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to come out of the miyan. It's suddenly poke you and you die. It's not going to happen. Okay, so wear your kirpan. When you're showering, what you can do is you can put your kirpan on your head. Just cover it like that and lock it in. So it's very easy. Okay. And your kashera as well, the next one. So kashera must be worn at all times as well. You can just take it out and when you're showering, you're naked. No. So kashera means jata satdi nishani, self-restraint. Means you're only loyal to one partner and you're not going to be committing krahat, adultery, and you're going to refrain from doing any lustful activity. So don't remove it during shower. How do you change your kashera? So you're showering and your kashera is wet. You wipe your body. Once you have wiped your body, then you can cover yourself with a towel and you can open your nala. And from one wet kashera, take out and wear a dry one. And then let go the other wet kashera and pull up the dry kashera up. Now, if you're not used to it, like for myself, I used to sit down and change my kashera. So until I learn to balance myself with one leg as I'm changing, then it becomes much easier. Okay. So it will take a lot of practice, but please don't, bahut okhaya, just chhad do, and no, there's no such thing. If you really want something, you will find a way to do it. For Bibia, if you're on your menstrual cycle, the same concept, but prepare your underpants, your underwear with the pad lining already before you shower. Once you have already showered, again, take out your wet kashera, wear your underpants and your kashera, the dry one, together, and then let out the wet kashera from the second leg, and then wear the underwear and the other leg again together. Okay? So no boxes, and it must be nale wala kashera, except for babies or young children or old people who cannot manage nala, they can wear elastic. But for normal Sikh, you're able, you're good, please wear nale wala kashera. So for men, only plain white kashera, but for Bibia, we are allowed to wear any other color, except for khalsa color, means blue, orange, or black. Okay, so white is okay. All right. So make sure your kashera is clean, it's not dirty. You must wash. Some would collect all their kasheras and wash in a washing machine. That's fine as well. Pai Gurdas ji, Pai Ratnama, Pai Desa Singh ji again says, Kach kirpan na kabhu tyage. So those who say you can remove your kirpan at night, you can take out your kashera and hang. No, you cannot leave, the kashera and kirpan cannot leave your body. Okay. All right. So spiritual significance of the Panj Kakar. Case helps us to fight ahankar, because why? We tell ourselves he is Sisa Guru Sahib Daya. Kanga helps us to fight attachment. Jado tutte hoye case nikal deya, it reminds us that nothing is permanent in this world. Kada helps us to fight greed, reminds us that these hands belong to the Guru, we should be giving and not taking. Karpan helps us to fight anger, because we must act in kirpa rather than krodh. Kashera helps us to fight calm, desire. It reminds us to control our senses and our desires. So I'm going to skip this and I'm going to go straight to Nityanem. So what is a Nityanem Maryada? You have Satabaniya minimum. During Amrit Vela, you must read the 5 Baniya that was done in Amrit Sanchar, Jabdi Sahib, Jap Sahib, Savaiye, Chaupai Sahib, and Anand Sahib. Sandhya Vela means in the evening, you must do Rehra Sahib. And before sleep, you must read Sohela Sahib di Bani. But the more Baniya you read is better. This is just the bare minimum. Okay. Now, Amrit Vela, we know why we should read. Why Rehra Sahib? Rehra Sahib to get a place in Sachkhand. Now this Sakhi was asked by to Guru Arjan Dev Ji. And Guru Angad Dev Ji is asking Guru Nanak Dev Ji, why should we do Rehras? Because by then also Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Bani was already there. And Guru Angad Dev Ji then asked, who is this Sun Samad? Sun Samad, when they get placed in Sachkhand, when they do Rehras. Guru Sahib says, okay, you want to see who is Sun Samad? Fine. So Guru Angad Dev Ji goes to Parlok, means the next world, and he meets this group of people, and they have kile thoke hue in their neck. And Guru Angad Dev Ji asks, are you Sun Samad? They say, no. They say, then why you have kile, like thorns in your neck? He says, we have never, we are those proud people that when the Guru Sahib passes by, we never get up and bow in respect. So even now, sometimes Guru Granth Sahib Ji pass by, we don't get up and bow in respect. Kile thoke hue. There are some, then Guru Sahib goes next, and he sees people with black face. Muh kale kitte hue. Kehte, tusi Sun Samad ho? Kehte, nahi. Then why our face black? Kehte, we always do Nindya and Chugli. So our face is blackened. Now Guru Sahib goes next, and he sees that it was already Sandhya Vela, evening time, and he sees a group of people coming out from Sachkhand. And Guru Sahib asks them, are you Sun Samad? He says, yes, we are. He says, why are you coming out during during Amrit Vela, during Sandhya Vela? Why are you coming out of Sachkhand? So then Guru Angad Dev Ji asks this question. And then Guru Angad Dev Ji also asked, wait, how do I even know that you are Sun Samad? You know, you could just say that, yeah, we are. The people said, come near us, hug me, and you can feel Vaheguru Simran happening in our room. So Guru Angad Dev Ji came close to the Sun Samad and put his ears close to their body, and they could hear Vaheguru Simran being recited in the people's body, in the Sun Samad's body. Means they have reached that avastha where Gurmukh Rom harte aave. Then Guru Angad Dev Ji, the first question he asked, okay, but why coming out of Sachkhand during Rehras, during Sandhya Vela? He says that we reached a state where we were so egoistic that because we already had Simran happening in ourselves for 24 hours, ape abhyas hui janda, naam Simran hui janda, that we thought we don't need to read Bani. So we never did Rehra Sahib. So that's why during Sandhya Vela, if we don't do Rehra Sahib, we don't get a place in Sachkhand. So during Rehra Sahib, because we never did Rehras, during Sandhya Vela, we have to go outside of Sachkhand. Only after Rehras is done, then we get a place to go back into Sachkhand again. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji's bachan is, to get a place in Sachkhand, you have to do your Rehra Sahib. Before sleep, Sohela Sahib is for protection. Anything happens to you during your sleep, you die or you have a bad dream, Guru Nanak Dev Ji's bachan is, I will be always there to protect you. The Sikh who dies in sleep will never go to hell as well. Association, so this is a Rahat, we cannot associate with certain group of people. By Prahlad Singh Ji Rahatnama, they say, Mine aur masandiye, mona kuri jo maar, hoye Sikh vartan karhe, ant karega khwar. So we cannot associate with this group of people. Of course, now it's a bit difficult to find out, you know, because we don't even know who is who nowadays, right? But it's very simple trick to learn is that if you feel that this person has no rahat, or questions the Guru, or does not have faith in the Guru, or does nindya of the Guru, you must not associate with this kind of people. Because why? You might say that, koi na, you know, let's just sit with them one time. It doesn't make a difference, you know. But what happens when you keep doing sangat of these people? Eventually, your own mindset will change as well. So we cannot associate with descendants of Prithi Chand, Masanda, Ram Rai, Tirmala, Gangu Shahiye, and we cannot even eat or marry our daughters to Narimar, people who consume tobacco, Kurimar, people who kill and sell daughters, Monne or Sirgumi. We should not get our daughters married to this kind of people. Why? Tusi aap dekh sakte hain. A lot of people who have their daughters married to drunkards, to those who consume tobacco and so on, are they ever fully happy? There's always issue in the family. Char Karahat means 4 things that we must not do. If we do, then it is sin for us and we have to go in front of the Panj Pyare again and ask for forgiveness and take Amrit again. What are they? Hookah, hajamat, halalo, haram. Hookah means intoxication, alcohol, drugs, smoking, shisha, vape, whatever it is. Hajamat, cutting any part of your body, hair. Halal meat, mas. So again, some would say completely no eating meat, but then there are some Amrit Sanchar, some sections of the Panther, they say no halal meat, but you can eat chatka meat. But the bare minimum, basically the limit is no halal meat, means the meat that is prepared through the Islamic nature, Islamic style. Haram, adultery, means relationship before marriage, and extramarital relationship means where you know, after you get married and you have affairs with another man or another woman. Okay? So, Rahatnama by Desa Singh ji again. Kutha, hookah, chars, tamaku, ganja, topi, tari, thaku, inhi or na kabhu dekhe. Rahatwant so Singh vi Sikh hai. So, halal, kutha, mas, hookah, pipe, smoking, and so on, drugs, tobacco, ganja, all these intoxication are not allowed for a Gursikh. Okay? So, even Gurbani says, Baba hor khana khushi kuar, jit khade tan piriye, man mein challe vikhar. In fact, as an Amritari, our diet is not vegetarian, you know. We are not vegetarian people, because why? It doesn't make sense. Because there's bacteria in dahi, you know, that in paneer, our food that we eat, in plants, vegetable that we eat, sometimes there's kide, makode, and so on. So we are not vegetarian per se, but we are conscious eaters, which means that we know exactly where our food is coming from. We know what we are consuming, and what we are eating should help us in our spiritual life. So if you are an Amritari and you eat pizza and fries and Coke every day, and you're like lying down and you have health issue, then that is not healthy diet. Then as an Amritari, your diet is also wrong, right? So even Gurbani says as well, Khoob khana khichdi means eat healthy food, carbohydrate, protein, fruits, you know, minerals. So all this Gurbani has given us the ideal diet for a Sikh, right? So I'm going to go straight to frequently asked questions, and we're going to end this session. So number one, is it difficult? Yes, in the beginning, it will be difficult. It's difficult whenever we start something new. When we go to a college, it's difficult to you know, get used to our new routine. A child, first time going to primary 1 to first class, first year, the child is going to cry and make noise because they're not used to it. So of course, in the beginning, it will be difficult. But as long as you practice and continue, it becomes very easy. It just becomes your nature, which means that if you don't do it, you feel weird not doing it. Eating meat, people question eating meat. So there's this again, the ground is you cannot eat halal meat. Now, generally for us Sikh who are gristi householders, we don't need to eat meat. So Amrit Sanchar Panj Pyare will say no eating meat at all. It makes sense, because if you see where our meat is coming from, it's not even healthy. People are getting sick because of the meat that they are eating. Unless you're a Nihang Singh, then there's a separate maryada for you where you can eat chatka meat. And then when people say, why can't I eat chatka meat as well? Well, the condition is, if you can live a life of a Nihang Singh, and if you can breed your own bakre, you can kill them yourself, chatka them yourself, you can skin them yourself, you can cook, cut, and do everything yourself, then you might want to try that lifestyle. But if your lifestyle is not of a Nihang Singh, where you're preparing to fight battles and you're preparing to be tiyar bartiyar to protect the Pantha, and you're just a normal householder going to office, doing a 9-to-5 job, then there's no need to consume meat. So again, the Amrit Sanchar that you go to, the Panj Pyare will give rahat there. Again, the rahat that we have discussed here is the generic one. In the Amrit Sanchar, the rahat that the Panj Pyare give you, eventually you have to follow that. So there might be certain addition to the rahat that they tell you from what we have discussed here. You have to adhere to that as well, right? So practicality of wearing kirpan, yes, please don't wear a small kirpan like that in the necklace, no. In your dastar, no. You have to wear a good, at least 5 inches, you know, kirpan sharp, which is practical for you to keep. Certain countries like Malaysia, we are not allowed to wear kirpan on the outside. You can always wear it inside. Nobody says anything. Certain countries like the US, Canada, UK, they allow you to wear karpan, or even India as well, right? So enjoy doing that. The star or not the star, it's completely up to you, as long as your head is covered with a good, even if you don't want to wear the star or keski, even a patika, as long as it doesn't come off, it's not loose, bar thonu adjust karna penda, a proper keski where your hair stays put and it's good already, okay? You want to tie the star? Yes, by all means, we are always encouraged. I can't read Gurmukhi, that's why I cannot take Amrit. No such thing. You can't read Gurmukhi, then start reading Gurmukhi. Start learning Gurmukhi, right? And let's say if you want to take Amrit and the Panj Pyare, you can tell the Panj Pyare, I do not know how to read Gurmukhi yet. So maybe they'll give you an alternative for your Nityanem, which I cannot tell, because that is the only the Panj Pyare can give that. So you need to tell the Panj Pyare, look, I want to take Amrit now, but I do not know how to read Gurmukhi. How do I do my Nityanem? So they can give you a suggestion, or they will help you out, okay? What if I've done a mistake? If it's the char karahat, the one that we have spoken, hukka, hajamat, halalu, haram, you must go to the Panj Pyare. Nothing else will help. If, let's say, a kanga dropped, or your karpan fell, or you're flying in the plane and you need to remove your karpan, or you didn't do your Nityanem. I mean, I'm not saying that these are mistakes, but we always, forget certain things and so on. What can you do? Do an ardas, kisache pacha, read a bani, read a bani, do an ardas, and then you can wear your kakar bag, or make sure you complete your Nityanem. Let's say yesterday you forgot to do reras, you were so busy you forgot to do, and you remember it, you go like, oh, I forgot to do it today, right? Okay, so there's many things, again, when it regards to Amrit Sanchar, we didn't speak about, but this is the bare minimum that I feel we all should know. Of course, again, Amrit Sanchar is different from one Amrit Sanchar to the other, depending on the Panj Pyare, because when the Panj Pyare give the Rahat, then that is what is Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Rahat. But what we have discussed here is the bare minimum Rahat that the Panj Pyare will give in an Amrit Sanchar. So, Kula Chuka Dikhima, thank you for joining me. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.